So this is Arch Linux, and this is the latest edition, and it includes the latest kernel version, which is 6.9.3. So I already downloaded the ISO file and I created a bootable USB drive using Etcher. So I'll select the USB drive to boot up from. Okay, there are two options here, with speech or without. I'll select the first option. So at the command prompt, I'm going to type arch install. So the language, I'm going to leave it as English. I'll select mirrors. I'll select the United States. So the keyboard layout, I'm going to leave everything as default. I'll select back. This is the disk configuration. So I only have one hard drive in the desktop computer. I'm going to select that. So on the file system, I'm going to select the first option, BTRFS. And it says, would you like to use BTRS subvolumes with a default structure? I'm going to leave it as default, yes. So it says here, would you like to use compression or disable copy on write? I'm going to select use compression. So this is disk encryption. I'm not going to encrypt the disk. This is the bootloader. So here I have to choose a bootloader. There's Grub and there's Limini. I'm going to leave it as Grub. This is Swap. I'm going to leave it as default, yes. So this is hostname. I'm going to leave it as default, Arch Linux. This is root password. I'm going to type a root password. So here you have to create a user account. I'm going to add a user. I'm going to type a password. So it says, should John be a super user? I'm going to leave it as default. Yes. I'll select confirm and exit. So this is profile. So there's desktop, minimal, server, and Xorg. I'll select desktop, and here I have to choose the desktop environment. I'm going to select Gnome. I'll hit enter. So this is graphics driver. And it depends if you have NVIDIA hardware or Intel hardware, you can choose here. The desktop computer that I have has Intel. I'm going to leave it as the first option, all open source. This is the greeter. I'm going to leave it at GDM default. I'll select back. I'll select audio. I'm going to choose Pipewire. This is kernels. So you can choose more than one here. I'm going to leave it at the first option, Linux. This is additional packages. So some of the additional packages I'm going to install is Vim, HTOP, CMOS, Ranger. So this is network configuration. I'm going to select use network manager. This is the time zone. So I'll select US Eastern. This is automatic time sync. I'm going to leave it as yes. This is optional repositories. I'm going to select multilib. I'll select install. So here it says, would you like to chroot into the newly created installation and perform post-installation configuration? I'm going to escape this. I'll type exit and reboot. So I'm going to log in. I'm going to skip the tour. So HTOP was installed. This is Ranger. This is Vim. So I'm going to run an update on Arch Linux. I'll type sudo pacman syyU. I'm going to click on settings. So this is network, Bluetooth, displays, sound, power, multitasking. This is appearance. And these are some of the wallpapers. I'll select this wallpaper. This is apps. I'll click on default apps. So these are some of the apps. This is the calculator. This is calendar, camera, characters. This is connections. This is disk. So this is maps. This is notifications, search, online accounts. This is sharing. I'll open text editor. This is the software app. So this is the version. This is calendar. I'm going to download Firefox. So in this video, I install Arch Linux in a desktop computer. So the kernel version is 6.9.3. This is the GNOME version 46.2. So I want to thank you for watching, and I thank you for subscribing.